with 4 teams going into the semi-finals of the World Cup, 4 teams who a whole lot of people viewed as 4 favorites to winning the World Cup, and 2 emerging into the finals. Here is the recap and the review of the semi-finals of the World Cup, and equally a match preview and predictions of the World Cup finals. If you are coming across this channel for the very first time, here is Mickey News Football Hub. We are here to give you every breakdown details of football, both club football, World Cup, transfer rumors, transfer news, everything about football. Please subscribe and turn on your notification icon so that you can always get our videos when we drop such. So the recap of the World Cup semifinals. It was 2 games, 4 teams, 4 favorites winning the World Cup: France, Spain, England, and Argentina. And it went down as a very heavy clash on both ends, because in the Spain game, Spain actually showed their title winning credentials against France. They showed that they have everything it takes to contain every form of attack by any team. France were touted as the heaviest favorite to winning the World Cup in 2026 after going on back-to-back finals. But unfortunately for them, they couldn't see another final to make it the third in their history, back-to-back rather. So in that game, Spain found a way to neutralize all the French attack. Everything, all the game plan that France came into the game with were all neutralized. Michael Olise was terrible. Ousmane Dembele was very terrible. Dizadui, Bakola, they were all terrible. Mbappe was bang average in that game. Even the midfield of the France team was non-existent. There was nobody from Rabua and Chouameni down in the second half to Chouameni and Mancone. So terrible. It was a very terrible display from the French guys, and I think France losing that game was down to having a very terrible football coach in their team, because you went into a battle against a team that is so technical, so technical to the core. They have 3 technical midfielders, and you sent in 2 midfielders to be battling it out with them. That was where the Deschamps lost the tactical battle, because De La Fonte stood to his principles, having the game in the midfield, winning the game in the midfield, and it worked for him because the game was won in the midfield. They won the midfield battle, and from there they projected and got their goal, and still projected and got their second goal. Wonderful performance from Spain in that game. And I'm looking at this Spanish team, seeing them as the heavy favorite to winning the World Cup currently, because that was supposed to be the World Cup finals that happened in the semi-finals. And if you are following me in the early days of before the World Cup, I made a video of the 5 possible teams to win the World Cup, and I named Spain in there. I think Spain, I put them in the third spot to win the World Cup. But right now, they have jumped the queue into the first spot. So that is that for the Spain-France game. Then for the England-Argentina game, honestly, the England and Argentina game is another ball game altogether, because the English guys were the better team for the most part of the game. Unfortunately for them, they have equally a very terrible coach. So the 2 teams that were eliminated from the World Cup semi-finals had terrible coaches and terrible decision makings in their locker room. So when England took the lead in the second half of the game, after a very dirty first half that they had, where Argentines were tackling them, bullying them, and bringing every sort of physicality and mafia football, they withstood that, came into the second half. In the 55th minute, they took the lead, but that lead didn't last, because immediately they took the lead, they removed their legs off their accelerators, and they went back, started defending for the most part of the game, and that backfired on them, because Lionel Messi assisted 2 goals for them to win against England and move into the finals of the World Cup. So before the finals of the World Cup, here is my preview and prediction for the third spot. The third spot will be against France and England on Saturday ahead of the finals. And in that game, I'm predicting France to beat England, because this English team, they have nothing special for a game, and the players must be so devastated at the way their coach destroyed their hopes of getting to the final. And this is the back-to-back final. I think no, they didn't get to the semi-final. Did they? get to the semifinals in the last one? I'm really wondering. I think yes. I think they no. They were eliminated in the quarterfinals of the last World Cup, but in 2018 they went to the semifinals of the World Cup. So um the English guys will be so devastated, and it might affect them in the top spot on Saturday. But I'm predicting France to win that one. Then for the finals of the World Cup between Spain and Argentina, remember a couple of weeks or months ago there was a finalissima that was already supposed to be hosted in Spain between Spain and Argentina. Euros champions and equally Copa America champions in Spain. But there were some controversies because Argentina didn't want to play the game at Santiago Bernabeu. So at the end of the day, it was cancelled. But that finalissima has come again in the World Cup finals. And remember, a supercomputer predicted Spain to win this World Cup. So it is almost coming to pass. That prediction is almost coming to pass. So let's see who is going to win in the finals of this World Cup. It's going to be a game of technicality and physicality because Argentina plays like mafia. They bring physicality into their game, whereas Spain brings technicality and equally they have physicality around their game. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Lionel Messi versus Lamine Yamal. He's prodigy. The boy he dated when he was just a toddler. So it will be a very massive game. But for me, I'm seeing Spain beating Argentina in this one. At least 2-1 for Spain. Remember, Spain are a team that are so difficult to score against. They have only considered once at this World Cup against Belgium. Uh, then kept clean sheets in the rest of the game. A team that contained that attack of France and didn't concede a goal from France. I'm seeing them even getting a clean sheet over against these Argentines. But for Argentines to get to the finals, they will give their all and their best for them to retain the FIFA World Cup title. So let's see what happens in the finals on Sunday. For me, a 2-1 win for Spain in this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you on the next one. Please, if you have watched up until this moment, I appreciate your support and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you on the next one.